Hello and welcome to a scene for the House of Cards. Tonight, just after the council meeting, Adam and Xiu, both newly elected council members, are wandering around. Xiu has just been and spoken with the leaders of the various houses and with the emperor. And then she's able to turn her attention to Adam, who has been shooting her somewhat disappointed glances that she hasn't headed straight over to talk to him. But she does make her way over eventually.
So he will offer his hand as she walks up.
And she'll take it.
Okay. So he'll walk. So yeah, that was interesting and stuff. So yes, dinner, date, your place. Wait, no, your place comes much later. Sorry. Yeah. And he just shuts up and keeps walking.
And Zhu will smile slightly with a downward look, kind of like amusement, but not wanting to actually giggle at his random outburst.
So, yeah, and stuff, and God, counsel with the people, he says, opening her door.
And she'll get in.
Okay, so he gets into the car after closing her door and starts up the car and just starts driving. So now that we're away from hungry hippos, yeah, them they're vampires. Holy shit.
Yes. There do seem to be some issues about divided loyalties in places, but that is often the case when many peoples must work together.
Yeah, but loyalty, it shouldn't really be an issue in all of this. I'm just saying, like, it's smarter for everyone to just get along instead of bickering like children.
That is why my job is going to be difficult. And it's why I felt it needed to be done.
Yeah. So, back to the question at hand that we were getting to. How can I help you help Gaia?
As I said, we can work to bring down the wall.
Yes. He kind of smiles. Yes. Food. He like pulls the car over and you're at the night market and he gets out, closes his door, runs over, opens your door, offers a hand.
And she'll get out and let him escort her by the arm.
So, you as a person, like, do you have a boyfriend? Do you believe in dating? Are you even interested in men?
I do not have a boyfriend. I have considered the possibility of dating, but have yet to take a firm stance on the matter. And I am predominantly interested in men, yes.
Okay. Well, it's an honest question. You know, today's day and age, you got to ask. So, like, why don't you have a boyfriend? He kind of glances over at this.
Well, there are certain risks involved in partners.
Well, yes, babies are a potential risk.
Somewhat more so than for the majority of people in my case.
He kind of looks from side to side. What do you mean?
There is an increased likelihood of death in childbirth in my family line.
Gotcha. Well, on the up note, I can't have kids, so he kind of gives the A-OK symbol.
The Emerald Mother works in mysterious ways at times.
No, like, you'd be surprised. Like, in my line of work, you'd think I'd have a bastard kid show up somewhere, but no. All's quiet on the home front. So.
Those are not the only dangers with dating, though, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Well, there is always the danger that it will be a distraction from one's duties, that the person may be endangered by the battle with the worm, with the weaver, that others may seek to hurt you through them, or them through you.
He smiles at this as they're walking. Uh-huh. Go on.
Of course, these concerns are all matters which I'm given to understand reduce significantly in importance when weighed against the emotions involved, but they are downsides nonetheless.
Right. I mean, I can see how they could be. I mean, me personally, I have a sword. So, I mean, like, and I move really fast. So, I don't feel that it's a downside that applies to me. But to most people, yes.
And do you feel yourself to have no enemies?
At that, he kind of chuckles nervously. No, I'm 100% sure the vampires in New York want me dead. Because, in their opinion, I know too much.
As I said, this is something that works in both directions.
Yeah.
People could be used against me, or I could be used against them.
And like his face goes like dead serious. He looks at her and kind of just nods, and he's like, you know, worst comes to worst in a situation.
Just to let you know, you're muted in case you didn't know. Although I am guessing that you were interrupted.
Yeah, give me like 2 minutes.
That's okay. I was just checking you knew.
So yeah, he's like, he got dead serious, and he kind of nodded. And he looks her dead in the eyes, and can I get I need a dice roll, but I need to figure out how many dice I need. Give me 2 seconds to pull this up.
Okay.
I need 7 dice, please. At diff 9.
7 dice, diff 9. That
Yours.
does not look favorable for you.
Oh shit. So yeah, he's like, I will let everything in my power happen to you. And he kind of stops and raises an eyebrow, looks down, shakes his head. That's not what I meant at all.
And she's going to look a bit confused for a moment.
Like, yeah, he's going to be like, he looks down at his, actually, he looks down. What kind of shoes is she wearing?
She's wearing flat, practical shoes
Okay.
that nevertheless kind of look fairly traditional and pretty.
Okay, cool.
I'm not entirely sure what Chinese fashion is like, but whatever their equivalent of ballet pumps is.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's going to look at the shoes and speak to the shoes. Well, I mean, it's like, I'll kill him. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not going to let anything happen to you.
And she's going to wait for him to look back up again. And
Yeah,
then
he'll at that point look up.
And she's going to pat his hand. And she's going to say, you can't control everything. Everything is a risk. And there are promises you can't keep. But, as I said, everything is a risk. The good and the bad are all choices that must be balanced against one another.
Well, yeah, I just,
Are you back? You kind of disappeared for a minute, or I did, or something. Will? It seems we are having technical difficulties.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. He's like, yeah, I'm doing some. We got to take down the fucking wall.
Yes.
He's
And
like,
she's going to smile.
so, yeah. So we got to take down this wall, and I got to go back to America for a minute and go talk about taking down this wall.
She frowns slightly about him going back to America, but more a confused frown than an irritated frown. But she's just going to smile.
Well, can I get what the empathy diff on 6?
Empathy diff on what? Sorry, you seem to be breaking up again a bit.
By signal. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Perception, empathy. Can I get 5 dice, please?
Okay.
gonna call it a standard diff 6 to get she's not thrilled about the whole him going to America idea.
It's not that she's not thrilled about him going to America, and you get one success.
Nice.
It's more that she's confused by what taking down the wall would have to do with going to America.
Gotcha. He's like, well, I've got these people that want me to do a thing, and it's why I'm like, hey, what can I do to help you, help Gaia? Because they're going to help me with the thing, but it means I've got to help you first. And not that I begrudge helping you, because, well, you're beautiful, and I enjoy the time we get to spend together. But it's just like, you know.
I wasn't aware I knew anyone in America to care about.
He kind of titters his head from side to side. It's not that you know someone in America. I know people in America. And like,
Well, sorry, folks. It seems like Will is running through tunnels.
okay, now I'm back.
Yay!
What's the last thing? What's the last thing you got?
That you knew people in America.
Yeah, I know people in America who are going to help me do a thing that requires me to help you, help Gaia. And they're going to help me be useful. But I've got to have a really good story to tell on how I helped Gaia.
Okay.
It's and he looks her in the eyes. It's all rather complicated mathematical things.
Okay. Well, I certainly won't discourage you from doing what you can to assist the Emerald Mother. There are many ways to go about it. Even as simple an act as setting up a window box is helpful.
Okay, there we go. My thing seems to be holding, so.
Okay. So, what did you hear last?
You said I, and then my thing got derpy on me.
Well, I certainly won't discourage you from doing something to help the Emerald Mother, but there are many things that will be appropriate. Even something as simple as setting up a window box would be something towards it.
Yeah, but it's got to be impressive, because I have to impress them and make them, you know. And he kind of gives thumbs up. I got to make them happy, because if I make them happy, it makes everything better for everyone.
Well, what kind of things do you feel will impress them?
I don't know. They're guru, and kind of like nervously, starts playing with his hands and rubbing hers. It's So they're they're guru, and they will help me if I do something impressive to them, and they're children of Gaia, so I've got to do something impressive.
She'll nod. Well, the guru often respect prowess in battle, and also the willingness to help heal both physical, emotional, and environmental wounds.
Well, so you think the wall would not necessarily be the best way to do this? He kind of raises an eyebrow.
I see no reason why you could not seek to combat the powers behind the wall or the spirits involved in its creation and maintenance. That would be a impressive and glorious battle.
Okay.
But I will say that there are often many ways to impress someone. And balance is often better than an extreme to one side or another. Bringing down this wall will likely take battle, but it will likely take many smaller actions along the way.
So, wait. He actually kind of looks her in the eyes. Does silver hurt you too?
And she's going to look at him. She's going to consider very carefully. And then she's going to actually answer the question.
Yay.
It does not hurt the kitsune any more or less than many other metals. We are slightly sensitive to it, but not so much as many of our brethren.
Gotcha. Okay. So, like, yeah. He stops. He thinks. So, he takes her hand again, walks up to a vendor. He, turns, pays the vendor, and gets some sort of food. So, like, yeah, I mean, what is it? Okay, since you don't have a boyfriend, do you know what you are looking for in a boyfriend?
I'm not.
Oh.
I told you I had not made a firm decision on whether I should like one or not.
Right.
But I know that there are many things which draw upon my time and my concentration. My duty to my people, to the city, to the council, and to the Emerald Mother. And if I'm honest, I think that often one does not know what one would like or need in a partner.
Well, Like, you just, I don't know. So wait, you've never had a boyfriend? He kind of raises an eyebrow.
One or two in school.
I see. Huh. Okay then.
Before my change.
Gotcha. So, like, yeah, do you... Okay. Hmm. Okay.
My change was only a few months ago.
What was that? Sorry, I asked tons of traffic pass all at once.
My change was only a few months ago.
Ah. So you weren't always this ragey, angry, werewolf thing.
The kitsune are significantly less ragey than the garu. She'll smile slightly at the description.
So, wait, do you guys have kinfolk too?
We do, yes.
I see. And, like, can you spontaneously make kinfolk? Because, like, the children of Gaia can make kinfolk.
We cannot, to my knowledge. It's not something I'm aware of.
Gotcha. Um, well, so, say for example, somebody did want to be a potential suitor for you. What would you require out of them?
I think that I would require them to be a good person.
Okay. He kind of smiles and nods. I'm a great person.
Beyond that, I can honestly say I don't know.
Okay. Well, I got the whole good person thing covered. Totally covered here. I like to think I'm a fairly good person.
She'll smile. Then I
Like,
have your confidence that you will already have been doing things in the service of Gaia. You do not need to know them to be helping her.
well, like I want to impress these people so I can become important. And to be important, I've got to impress these people because they'll help me. And I don't know. He kind of smiles sheepishly. Like,
You are the hermit, so I will tell you something. Among our kind, one of the most important things that allows one to gain rank and importance is renown. The respect that the spirits show based on a person's ability to fulfill the role that Guy has given them.
Okay.
Such as fighting in her defense, protecting or aiding the others of her children, upholding her traditions and laws. And rank and importance is valuable to many people, as you can expect. But it is even more so for children.
Say again? You what?
Pardon?
What was that? Rank and something? You broke up on my end.
Rank and importance is of great value to many people.
You kind of
but it is even more so to the kitsune. Because it does not merely affect how others see you or treat you. To us, it holds much greater significance. Have you heard of the tales of the nine-tailed fox?
He shakes his head now.
There are many stories in both China and Japan about foxes with many tails having more as their power and magical capability grows. For the kitsune, that is not just a story.
You tilt his head. What do you mean?
I have one tail. I would like more, and with rank comes more tails. And with tails comes greater power and longer life.
Well, like, he kind of looks down. I don't know. I'm special. Because, like, I'm a lot older than I look, kind of like the Bodhisattva. I'm not that old, bear in mind, but I'm like damn near 30.
And she'll nod.
And it's one of the gifts of our peoples. Is like some of us live to be super old. And I don't know.
It is
I don't know. It's like
it's rumored that Prime Yangtze is many thousands of years old.
I don't know. Like if I go into the dreaming and I just stay there, I'll live theoretically forever.
I doubt I will.
Theoretically being the key word.
Yes. I doubt I will gain enough tails to be able to say that myself. But great longevity is something which is capable of being achieved. And another reason why it is discouraged to care too deeply about all this.
He shrugs and offers some of his food.
And she'll smile and take some.
Cool. He's just like, so, tell me about your parents.
My father died when I was born. And my mother is a Jufu master. She practices the art of origami.
That's the paper folding, right?
Yes.
Okay. He kind of smiles at that. So, like, what's a jufu? Is that like, the stuff Bruce Lee did? I mean,
It is a particular skill related to origami.
okay.
She was also quite skilled at calligraphy.
He kind of nods. And at this point, he just kind of, you know, he motions for her to continue, and he just kind of watches her.
And she's quite surprised he didn't notice the comment about her father. But
Out of character, I think I might have missed it.
she said, my father died when I was born. Not before I
Wait,
was born, not shortly after I was born. She said, my father died when I was born.
wait. Why did your father die when you were born?
There are risks.
He kind of raises his hand and, covers his mouth and gestures to her. He's like, so, you mean to tell me that hypothetically, okay, let's talk hypothetical conversations here. You and I have a kid, right? The minute that kid's born, I die?
Not necessarily.
What was that you cut out? Sorry.
Not necessarily.
Oh. Okay. Well, then what? What risk are we talking about at this point?
It depends on the nature of the child. Because of what I was to become, there was a risk. And the risk was greater for my father than it was for my mother because of what they were.
Well, he kind of gets really confused. Like, okay, my mom died during childbirth with my brother. How did? What? And he looks thoroughly confused.
It is like that, but the risk is for both of them.
He kind of points to one finger, points to the other. He looks up at her, looks back down at his fingers. He's like, okay, I'm going to ask something really odd. Beautiful, are you hiding a penis under there or something?
No.
Because, like, he's like, my mom died because of blood loss during childbirth. I don't understand.
It is not because of the physical realm. There is a spiritual price for bringing Kitsune into the world.
And its face goes kind of like just what? Okay. What? Somebody has to die for one of you to come into existence?
It's not as simple as that, but it is a dangerous issue. I did say that there were risks involved. That I'd have to consider before considering dating, as any responsible person in this position would.
Well, I mean, it takes a lot to kill me, so, I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry. So, yeah. So, what do you do for work? Like, what, you might have told me, I don't remember, I don't have the best memories now anymore.
I work at a stationery store.
Okay. So you do this Jufu thing a lot, I take it?
I am hoping to learn.
I got it. Okay. So, when's your birthday so I know what I'm getting you for your birthday?
She'll smile. It is in February.
Okay. February what?
12th.
Right before Valentine's Day. Nice. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
then, yeah. Okay, so I get the stuff. And he goes off on this mumbling tangent, and he finally snaps his head back to look at her. Okay, cool. I know what I'm going to get you. So, like, Jufu, it's just a fancy way of doing origami?
There is more to it than that. But it's just one of our secrets. One that I hope to learn and develop.
Okay.
What do you?
What about me? There's a lot about me. I'm Adam.
So what do you do for your job?
I manage entertainment. I manage entertainment of the female variety. Anymore. I used to entertain people, but I don't anymore.
So you are a retired actor?
Do what?
You said you organize entertainment.
Yes, yes, I organize entertainment.
Wedding parties or
Yeah, well,
or
it could be wedding parties. I mean, theoretically, if if they're into that sort of thing. So there's, and he he starts walking with her again, and he's walking. Well, it's female entertainment at this point that I organize, and they work for me, and I own a brick and mortar, and they work out of the brick and mortar, and I'm trying to word this so that I can be honest with you and not come across as sleazy, but I'm coming to a lack of words. Um, he kind of has this like wry, almost like sheepish smile on his face. Okay, so I own a business, and this business caters to mainly tourists and businessmen. And they schedule an appointment with one of my girls, and the girl and them, the gentleman pays them for their time, and what they do past that is their business.
She raises an eyebrow as if trying to figure out which of the 3 or 4 different options has popped into her head he is actually talking about. Um,
So, um, yeah, a lot of them end up using contraceptive because of the business that they're in. Um, yeah.
I see.
So I mean, like, I own a brothel.
Are the women well paid and well treated?
Of course. And at that, he actually looks down when he says it. Of course they are. And he kind of looks over and waves. And a girl, really pretty girl, dressed in very scantily clad clothing, kind of waves back and smiles. And he just kind of keeps walking. Um, yeah, no, they're well taken care of. Like, I wouldn't. I did the business for many years, and I wouldn't mistreat any of my girls. Like, they are, my money is their money, and you know, for them to make money, they have to kind of be well maintained. So, I mean, they get tested, once a week. It's part of the contract.
She'll nod.
And so, yeah, I mean, I used to be a high-end male escort back in New York, and some stuff happened.
Would you care to explain what drove
Um,
you to New York?
I I can't go home to New York, because with us changelings, you're not a mortal, so you're not a dreamer, so I can explain this to you. Um, there's this thing where we're not supposed to tell normal people, dreamers, um, what we are, because they'll seek us down and try and take our knowledge and learn how to do what we do. And I I got locked up and got in some legal problems back home, and I had to escape. And right now I'm officially marked as dead uh, in New York. But I kind of messed up. I I messed up on something, and someone saw me doing what we do, and I was banished. I can't ever return to New York. More specifically, I can't ever return to the Game of Apples. Otherwise, I will die. Quite literally. Like, no one will have to do a thing. As soon as I step foot into the Kingdom of Apples, I will enter an endless slumber until I die. So, so yeah, that's that's what's up with that.
Well, you should have practice at the keeping of secrets then.
Well, it wasn't that I wasn't keeping a secret. Someone caught me on camera doing something, and it 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 got leaked, and I had to escape. Otherwise, I was going to fade. And if I faded, it would have been bad. It's okay. So you're a kitsune, right?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine you know you're a kitsune, which isn't hard to imagine because you do know you're a kitsune. But imagine if you were a kitsune and could possibly forget that you were a kitsune and forget everything about who you are, what you are, everyone you've ever known as a kitsune. Okay? That's kind of what fading is. You forget everything about being one of us, and it doesn't end well.
Well,
So
perhaps it is good that we have our new devil.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, the mist, it protects most things, but not everything.
Perhaps we should ensure that key members of the council have access to her contact details.
Maybe. Yeah, yeah. I should definitely do that as a hermit. I need to know these things.
So should anything happen,
We can get it covered.
she nods.
He's gonna finish his food, continue to walk with her, um, and start turning back towards the car.
And she'll walk along with him.
So he kind of smiles and looks down again. Thanks for letting me take you out on the date. Like, this was nice. It's awkward for me, but it's nice.
It was nice spending time with you as well. It's difficult knowing that there are so many risks in closeness with someone.
He kind of smiles and lightly squeezes her hand. Well, you seem like you'd be worth the risk.
And she'll smile.
And he opens the door for her and holds the door. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know. My friend Alicia's put it best. Is what I want more than anything is I am in love with the idea of being in love. He kind of shrugs.
How ironic then that it is something that I have been taught that I must be wary of.
What, being in love?
My birthday is the anniversary of my father's death.
Adam nods at this.
My mother loved him deeply.
Love is
Risk.
it's worth it though. He shuts her door for her and gets in the other side and shuts his door and starts the car, starts driving. I thought I loved somebody once. No, I don't think I loved someone. I know I loved someone once, but I was not right for them. So, love is important.
She'll smile and she'll nod. Sometimes risks are worth it, and
He kind of smiles.
sometimes they're a luxury we can't afford. Which is the case is often hard to tell.
Adam nods. And at a red light, he kind of takes her hand and, rubs his thumb against it. There's risks on both ends. I'm gonna be honest. The one thing I want is the one thing that could kill me, regardless of the catastrophe that apparently you being in love with someone can be found. I'm a member of House Fiona. We as changelings are divided up into houses. I'm a member of House Fiona. And he will actually, like, once he gets to the destination, he will explain the entire thing about House Fiona. Quick Clef Notes, Lady Fiona was in love with a werewolf. And at that, he'll kind of chuckle and, look at her and go back to the story. Lady Fiona was in love with a werewolf, and there was this group of changelings who did not approve of this, and her involvement with this werewolf got an entire group of werewolves killed and got her cursed. And anyone of her house is now cursed with the same curse she had, which is, should they fall in love, something tragic will happen. And I'm going to say he finishes up right as he pulls up. And he's like, it's a risk on both our ends. But, as you said, some people are worth risking. Some things are worth the risk.
She nods and she'll give his hand a squeeze.
He'll kind of smile at this.
Thank you for speaking with me and for driving me home.
He nods with a smile. And he's just like, if you ever just want to hang out, or if you ever want to go to, like, dinner or a movie or something, just let me know. I like spending time with you. You listen. You remind me of her at times.
And she'll smile. I hope you find the story that you're looking for.
Me too. Hey, one last thing. What Ken, to you guys, is it an issue if, like, say for example, you and Children of Gaia kinfolk, for example, got together? Would it be an issue?
Not especially. Through There is some friction between the Kitsune and the Garu at times, but the children of fire are not ones that I have heard of, especially mentioned. I do know that sometimes the Garu will dislike their kin with others.
Well, if, for example, let's just say a really crazy thing happened where a children of Gaia, you know, kinfolk, and a kitsune fell in love, and like, do their kinfolk work for you the same way they work for them? Like, do they have the same importance in being family and whatnot?
Kitsune choose their own family to a degree.
So, kitsune, like, kinfolk aren't like important on the level of must be family with a kinfolk to have a relationship.
It is easier with kin because they are related and can understand the matters that we have to deal with without having to worry that they will spread the information to people that they should not.
Say again.
It is easier
That
with,
last little bit.
yeah, than without having to worry that they'll spread the information to those they should not.
Gotcha. So, if, for example, let's say I would never do, and you look her in the eyes, I would never do this. But if, for example, I did become a kinfolk, I'd be super important to you, like in that regards, or I could be potentially super important to you in that regards.
I don't particularly see where you being a kinfolk would come into it.
But it would or would not make my chances better.
I don't think that it would make much difference.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay.
Aside from the fact that the tribe may object to it, I don't know enough about the Garu to know about their different tribes other than the ones that have particularly sore pasts with our own. But I know enough to know that people can be protective of their kin.
He nods at this. Okay. Well, I was curious, talking hypotheticals here. But, okay, well, that being said, um, he leans over and kisses her cheek. You have a lovely evening.
You too. And she'll smile and duck her eyes slightly in the bow.
What's that? Your mic's a little muffled. Sorry.
She'll smile and give a small bow and make her way off where she's supposed to be going.
Okay. So after she's out of vicinity and she's safely in her home, he's actually going to start driving again, and he's going to make a phone call.
I'm guessing he's ringing Alicia.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, give me a second to get the picture up.
So yeah, it's probably about noon for Alicia.
Yeah, probably.
So
There we go.
yay, Alicia.
So she's going to answer the phone.
Okay, so hi, hun. How are you?
I'm doing all right. The better for having a phone call instead of randomly being whipped across the country. How are you?
Um, I'm okay. I so I still want to go through with this, and I think I found my story.
That's good.
Um, do you know what a technocracy is?
I don't particularly. I think it had. Oh, I think they were the ones that stole the reindeer.
Huh?
We had to save Christmas and the reindeer and the sleigh and everything. And yeah, so I stole the reindeer back and set them free.
Gotcha. Okay, so they built this wall here, and I'm gonna help destroy it. And so I still want to do this because I figure it'll help my chances anyways. But I found out a little tidbit because I just got done with my date with the girl. You know, the girl.
Yeah, the Garu that you were dating.
Yeah, yeah. Well, trying to. Yes, yes. I took her out on a date. Not a lot of ridiculous people. So he's like, yeah, I found some stuff out, and I still want to go through with this because I feel it'll help, but she's not Guru.
Right. So what is she?
Kitsune?
Which one's the third ones again?
Huh?
Well, I mean, I figured it sounds familiar, so I figured she's one of the fairer, but
What's a Farah?
the other sisters.
Yes. Yeah, she's a fox shifter.
Oh, yes, yeah, the fox ones. Okay.
Yeah. So I figure going through this, like, they can't make their own kinfolk, so it'll help because I want to be important to her because, my God, oh God. If you could see her, if you could just interact with her, you'd understand. Like, yeah.
Okay, but Garu kinfolk even kind of help Kitsune?
Apparently, like I just talked to her in hypotheticals. Apparently, like the genetics are not that different that it can still help.
Oh,
That's my understanding. So,
okay.
um, so yes, I still want to do this, even though I wouldn't be one of her kinfolk because they have their own kinfolk, but it's a little confusing. But actually, she got out of the car, and as soon as she was in, I called you. Um, so, like, yeah, like, yeah, wow, this whole situation's. So, yes, destroying this wall that kills things. It doesn't just kill things, it kills everything.
A wall that kills things?
Yeah, like an anti magic wall, if you will. But it's not anti-magic. It's anti-guru. It's anti-changeling. It's anti-vampire. It's anti-Kuei-Jin. It's
So like an electric fence, but for
yeah,
everything else.
but supernaturals.
Where is this?
Hong Kong?
No, I mean the wall. Is it like around a factory or something?
No, it's around the city.
What, around the whole city?
Yeah.
Out of character, it's not around the whole city. It's just
Oh,
along the coastline
well,
of mainland. But you
my
can
bad.
totally, Adam can totally misinterpret things, or
It's Adam. Anything he says is an atomism.
yes.
So yeah, totally around the whole city. It helps that I can teleport.
Okay. Well, that does sound troublesome.
So like, I figure if I can help destroy this wall, I might need a time extension, by the way, because yeah, this is a massive thing. But I figure if I can destroy this wall, or help in destruction of this wall, it'll be a really good story to tell.
Well, it sounds good.
So yeah, I mean, I'll totally like go in there and slice people up and protect the guru of the city.
Well, that certainly sounds good. I mean, part of it will depend on how you pitch the story at the end, but definitely sounds like it's got a lot of potential depending on how things turn out.
Now, should I even tell anybody that now that I know that she's not a guru, or just leave that part out?
In your story,
No, in the discussion, because your grandfather was very adamant. She's a guru. You're sure? Well, she's a shifter. I mean, like, not to be racist here, but you guys are all the same. Like,
well, it's just I didn't know that Garu kinfolk worked with other shifters.
that's my understanding, at least.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not really that important. I mean, I'll let my gran and grandpa know because they'll, but I think they were more checking that she was definitely a Garu because, I mean, like, foxes are fairly similar, I guess, but wolves don't really crossbreed with, say, ravens or spiders and stuff.
Well, yeah, no, she's definitely not a were spider. She apparently they get more tails, and like she only has one tail right now. But you know how like I'm a lot older than I look?
Yeah.
Like they get super old too.
Well, that's good, I guess.
So like I don't have to worry about like her dying of old age and me having to live on and all that shit. So like yeah.
We don't have the safest life.
Well, but I've got the sword. The sword will protect me. Besides, I can teleport.
No, I meant shifters.
Well, and he pauses for a moment, and then his tone goes from this sporadic Adam tone to this very serious and like down to earth tone. It's kind of weird. It's almost like the tone he had when he came to her and was like, this group, the Shadow Court, they're after me, blah blah blah. He's like, she's worth it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
But yeah, like it's awesome. So
If you still want to go ahead with this, then
hold on. Okay, go ahead.
I can see about getting you an extension, but you might want to consider at least kind of filling people in a bit on what they're doing.
Say what?
Well, I mean, I can see about getting you an extension for your story, but maybe just like a teaser trailer thingy.
Oh, I can totally give a teaser trailer. Like, yeah, I got one.
So, I mean, if you wrote something that could be read out as like we don't have the story this time, but this is what we've got to look forward to. Kind of like next time on.
Next time on Adam Becomes a Kinfolk.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Let me get with Dextra, and we'll get everything handled, and I will get you an okayed story.
Okay.
Not that I need it okay, but you know how it is with the things and the peoples and the not stepping on toes and all of that.
And they're keeping secrets and yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, let me get with Dexter, and I will. I'll get you a story.
Excellent.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go because long distance international calls, that whole thing. So
Yeah, and I should really start work on these sandwiches. Otherwise, I'm going to have some very grumpy kids on my hands.
you and the kids. Speaking of kids, do you have any of your own yet?
No, not
Do I
yet.
need to come up there and just beat the hell out of Jericho and tell him make kids, make babies?
No, we've just been kind of busy.
Not making kids?
Lots.
Been busy not having babies?
Well, a lot of people got killed during the battle.
Oh, yeah.
And that left a lot of people that didn't have parents anymore.
Yeah.
And because it was somewhere safe, a lot of them were left kind of here and their parents went away and didn't come back.
Just send him to Uncle Adam. He'll be like, here, let's go to Hong Kong and deal with hookers.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be a good plan.
Yeah. Yeah, kids totally love hookers. Hell, I'll get them all hyped up on cocaine.
But it's not like we deal with them 24/7, just kind of like babysitting.
Right, right.
So, I mean, most of them have family, even if it's like aunts and uncles and stuff. But when they're at work, they need somewhere for the kids to go where they'll feel safe.
So, let me get this straight. You run Werewolf Babysitters Club.
Kind of. An after school club, and some of them have to be homeschooled.
Okay. Okay. That's not weird at all. Okay. Well, I guess I will let you go so you can make your sandwiches then. You know, I'm just saying, if you were anybody else, I would make a joke about get in the kitchen and make Jericho a sandwich. But you're not, so I won't. But okay, well, love you, hon. I will talk to you later, and I will let you go then.
Goodbye. Good luck with the wall.
Yeah. Laters. And he hangs up at that. And as Adam drives off into the sunset to his brothel to manage his women for the evening, he is left with longing thoughts of the dear Xiu.